Okay, welcome back. So in the last class we discussed about the args, and now there's one more thing. As I told you in the previous class, right? There is one more thing that's called the Kwargs. So first you are having args, and second thing that you are having is KWARGS args, right? These are the naming conventions that we are having here, right? So as you know, for the args, what you have to use is you have to use the single asterisk, then args, and for this Kwargs you have to use the double star and KWARGS args. Okay, as you see in the previous class, this args, the data type of this args is tuple, and whatever the operations that you can perform on the tuple, same operation you can perform on the args as well. And about the Kwargs is nothing. The data type of Kwargs here is dictionary, right? And since this is a dictionary, that means here you have to pass a key and value pairs you have to pass. So whenever you need to pass the key value pairs, so at that time you will say Kwargs. Okay, so let's see now practically here. Now instead of this thing here, let me remove this thing here, and instead of args, so I will say star KWARGS. Okay, it is just the naming convention. You can keep anything here, and here I will say KWARGS args, and here itself I will say KWARGS args. So I will just check the data type of this and the values that are present in the Kwargs and the data type of the args, right? So as I told you here, you have to pass the okay, key value pair. So I will say name is equal to Anzi, right? And I will say what I will say middle name. Yeah, I will say address. Address is equal to JNK, right? And let's say pin code I'm also giving here. Pin code is equal to like this, something like that, right? So that means here, so these name, it will be as a key, and this will serve as a value. Same here, key value, right? So if I will run this program now here, so you can see here that there is a dictionary has been created with the name as a key, and this Anji as a value, address as a key, JNK as a value, pin code, and this pin code as a value. And you can also say here dictionary you are having here. That means what were the operations that you can perform on the dictionary, same operations you can also perform here. Suppose if you have to check the let's say I have to check the keys, so I will say here keys and then braces. So only the keys you will get, that is the output you will get is name, address and pin code. Run this. So here you are getting the name, address and the pin code. If you need the values, so you will say here values, right? And run this program. Now you will get the values, that is Anji, JNK and this thing. If you need about the things, so there is one more way. Like I will say here, if I use the for loop, I will say for I will say for k comma v, key and value in KWARGS, and here let's print, and I will use f string here. I'll say key is k here, and value is v, right? So that means you can get the key and the value here, right? So k is capital. Okay, let's make it small. Oh, sorry. For k comma v in Kwargs dot items, you have to do here, so that you can get the keys and values, and then you will print it, and you will get here the key is name and the value is Anji, key is address, value is JNK, key is pin code, and value is this thing. Now the question here will be that, sir, when we will be using here Kwargs, right? When we will be here using Kwargs. Suppose if I will tell you, let's say I'm having here name is equal to Anji. Let's take me these things. This is already defined. Let's take me copy this thing here, and let's say these things are already defined here. Control V and okay, and we can just print here. Let's say I'll say print name comma address. Right, these are the two things that I'm printing here. When I will do the function call here, it will normally run here. It will normally run here. I'm saying name is Anji and the address is JNK. This is the thing that I'm passing here. But what if I want to pass here one more value? Let's say I'm passing here pin code as well. I'm saying pin code is equal to these things, right? So at that time it will throw an error. At the time it will throw an error because you know that it's saying that while calling you have to give me the argument name and address over here. Since you are not giving here, it will work because these are taking the default values, right? But if you want to change your name, you can change it. But here we are not changing the name and address, but what we want is we want to add one more pin code here within this username. I want to add the pin code, but it will not allow me at that time. So for that time you'll be using the Kwargs. So at that time you will be using the Kwargs, which will be the handy for you, right? So this is the way when you will be using the Kwargs, and it will handle all the problems as your Args is handling. So according to your problem you will be using it, and that's it. I hope you understood it. Now let's see some of the questions related to these things and the previous topics as well. Okay, thank you.